So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Lawrence going to put it up right away.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. If you look at this Bronco defense,
they enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run with his 2nd-year man. This is Bayshore Tootin.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Now Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the 2nd half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Nix to the air. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That's good coaching. Their quarterback struggled with turnovers last game. So what do you do as a play caller? Simplify things. They give him a short throw here early to try and build some confidence.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
To throw is Nix.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Again, it's Tootin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
A handoff. This is Tootin.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped it behind the line.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. We can look at this Bronco defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now Lawrence.
Throw left side complete. That's Myers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Lawrence will throw.
And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Parker Washington.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jaguars have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. good move. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Once more with Harvey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. The Broncos had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now it's Nix. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this throw will be intercepted. There's that man, Travis Hunter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The give is to Tootin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And it's 3rd down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Hunter. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On first down, back to Harvey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second and 7, operating from the 34. To throw, here's Nix.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Nix from the shotgun.
And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
60-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to Tootin.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll Broncos' 38-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's got Thomas yet again complete.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, it's Tootin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, back to Tootin. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
And this is incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
17. Broncos 6. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marvin Mims, 37 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Broncos 13. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
We often give credit to the O-line. There, 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll give it to Rodriguez. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Cam Little on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Here's Nix.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing Nix. That'll be complete to Harvey. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Back to throw. Nix.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here.
Cam Little for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Jaguars 30, Broncos 13. Cam Little to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Again, it's Harvey.
They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
13
106 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Back to throw now on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Looking to throw. Nix. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Nix's pass intercepted by the Jaguars. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yeah.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Bayshaw Tootin with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Welcome back now to Denver, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Nick's going to give to Hardy. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here.
At the 47-yard line.
Nix to the air.
Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up second and a yard. At the 37.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Nix.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 26. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
They're going. It's Nix.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Once more with Tootin.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Tootin.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 19-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
31 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Up the middle, it's Tootin.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got it. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, It's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Shooting now on 1st and 10. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
He's got him in. Complete.
Down to the 10.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
The onside kick recovered by Jacksonville.
Partner, pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have